Alright, everybody, welcome to the Fibonacci video. So in this video, we're going to be learning about Fibonacci retracement, how the tool is actually used. So to begin with, your Fibonacci tool can be located right under your drawing tools. Simply select Fibonacci retracement, make sure they're both favorited. And the first thing you're going to do is copy my settings exactly how they are. Okay, so you can pause the video, take a picture, and copy my settings. Alright, so I'm gonna get right into it. So pretty much to begin with, all of these percentages are called price reversal zones except for the 23.60. Okay, so the 0, the negative 61.80, and the negative 27 are going to be your take profit areas. So the 0 is going to be take profit 1, the 0 or the negative 27 is take profit 2, and the negative 61.80 is take profit 3. Now, the 120 and 110% are going to be your stop loss areas. So you're going to place your stop loss either at these exact prices or in between. Okay, so pretty much this tool is used to measure the counter trend that the market does. So pretty much if the market's on an uptrend and it starts pulling back and coming down, you can pull this tool out to measure the length of the counter trend. It's as simple as that. It's a pretty simple concept, except a lot of people do get confused with it. So to begin with, the 23.60, the 50%, and the 100% are in black. They're in black to basically remind you that these zones are unbalanced. What do I mean by that? When they're unbalanced, it's because the buyers are able to push the market all the way up to 50% of the entire move so far, meaning that a lot of buyers have pretty much entered the market and pushed the market either up or down enough to the point where it retraced 50%. So it's kind of self-explanatory, but just keep in mind that since these areas are unbalanced, you can find consolidation in these areas, or it can either go either direction. Same thing with 100%. You could find consolidation within this area and it could still go either direction. Now, if the market breaks 100%, meaning one candle forms at 100% and another candle closes over it, then that is considered a break of structure. Pretty much going back to your support and resistance levels. If it breaks 100%, refer back to tested candles and broken candles. If it breaks 100%, that is considered a break of structure, and that's why you have your stop loss here to basically save your account from being blown, because the market is now going in the opposite direction from your trade, and you're no longer looking at the same bias since the market did break structure. Now that that's said, this fib is set up for a downtrend. 100% is your point A, and your point B is always going to be your 0. Okay, so pretty much for a downtrend, your fib, your point A for your fib on a downtrend is going to be your previous lower high point. Now your point B on a downtrend is going to be your current lower low point. Simple, very simple. Okay, so now how the tool actually works. So let's say we're in on a downtrend, the market's making lower lows and lower highs, right? We found an area of support. Now if the market retraces off of 23.60, keep in mind, and you decide to enter, your stop loss area is still at 110, 120%. So look at all of your fuck up room, right? That's a lot of pips. So keep in mind and always be very cautious and use the proper risk management, which can be found in the risk management video. Okay, so now if the market retraces off of 23%, that is the fastest retracement level. If the market retraces off of 38.20. That is the second fastest retracement level. Now, each time the market retraces at a higher and higher PRZ, it's going to get slower and slower before it continues on the downtrend. So, like I said, 61.8, slow, very slow. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be slow all the time, right? That's just normal. If it is slow, that's why you got to have the patience to actually wait it out and maintain your order. So 78.6, even slower. And then 88.6, even slower. So by now you should get the point that each PRZ is slower and slower. And then last but not least, 100% retracement, which is your max retracement, which is also the slowest retracement. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Now let's actually find two examples on the chart where we can actually place a fib. I'm actually going to go on the hour time frame because I used my fib most recently, and this is how I caught this move. So as you can see, we go from our previous lower high point once the market broke structure, previous lower high point being here, to our current at the time was the current lower low. So here we go, lower low point right there. So since we're in on a downtrend, the market, when you place your fibs, you have to go from bearish candle wick to bearish candle wick. Not bullish to bearish, not bearish to bullish. On a downtrend, it's a bearish candle to bearish candle. If there's no wick, then you put it from the actual candle all the way down to the next wick, or the candle if there's no wick either. So as you can see, the market did end up retracing off of the 50%, came down. So you can see it wasn't too slow. It came down pretty steeply and with a lot of volume to it. So as you can see, but regardless, the trade did take a good 24 hours to actually hit take profit 2, which is the expansion level for Fibonacci. Now, we do have a trend-based fib extension, which you can only use that with a break of structure, which I'm going to get into next video. But as you can see, my point A, previous lower high, my point B, lower low, market retrace off of 50%. I had my first sell entry right here after this candle closed, and then I just rode it out from there. So it's as simple as that. Now keep in mind, since this is our lower high point, this is now our previous lower high point, and we did form a lower low here at this moment in time, because this low is lower than this low and this high is lower than this high. We go from our previous lower high to our lower low, where the market found an area of support. As you can see, we started forming buyer's exhaustion at the 38.20 price reversal zone, and then the market came down extremely quickly and extremely volatile and did hit the expansion level at the negative 27. So anytime you want, anytime the market finds an area of support or resistance and it starts pulling back, then of course you want to measure it. So it's as simple as that. Now I'm going to show you one example here. So if the market gets too noisy and it's kind of hard for you to analyze, bump it up a time frame. So keep in mind that if your main analysis is off of H4, then your smaller time frames are going to be H1/M30. If your main analysis is off of H1, then your smaller time frames are going to be M15, M5. Okay, so we're going to be getting into time frame correlation next video, and because I know a lot of people don't use the smaller time frames, and that's, I believe, a mistake, because on the smaller time frames you want to check for structure points to see when the market breaks structure to actually go in a counter trend or continue its original trend. So I'm going to analyze this area really quickly. So as you can see, this is clearly a 23.60% continuation level. We go from a previous higher low point to this area where the market started pulling back. As you can see, it's a 23. This is also 23. I don't know why my trading view is glitching. It's been glitching for the last couple of days. So as you can see, this is also a 23 as well. It didn't even touch 23. So these do not count as higher low points. So now here is when the market actually found an area of resistance, and it retraced all the way to 38.20, as you can see. Now, obviously a lot of things come into play before you actually buy or sell. So just for the sake of this video, we're just learning how to place fibs and do everything. So as you can see, these do not count as higher low points because they're 23.60% continuations. This does count as a higher low point because remember, going back to touch, gap, and overlap, it gapped the area of 38.20. 38.20 is a price reversal zone. That would make it a valid higher low point. So now the market formed a high right after that. So now we could switch our fibs. Here's my point A at this area of support, also 23.60%. And my point B is now at our high. Oh my God, man. Is now at our high. So right there, as you can see, right after that, the market did end up retracing off of 50%. So here's my point A, here's my point B. Why is my, no, this is incorrect. So I can't get it to the top of the bearish candle wick, but it's supposed to be at the top of this bearish candle wick, or bullish candle wick, my apologies. So as you can see, it did retrace off of this 61.80, formed that, or it found an area of support right here, and then as you can see, it hit take profit 1, and then take profit 2, and then take profit 3. So it's as simple as that. That's how you pretty much place fibs. The next video, we're going to be talking about actual pretty much tying everything together. We're going to be talking about trend-based fib extensions and things of that nature. So I will see you guys in the next video.